Welcome back. My name is Sheldon MacLeod here on the Saltwater Network, and found a gun underwater in Fall River called the RCMP exclamation point. That's a YouTube video that was posted by an account holder by the name of Saltwater Sean. And some of the information that he included in the details of that video included he was snorkeling over the weekend under the overpass in Fall River between Lake Fletcher and Lake Thomas, shocked to see the outline of what I believed is a single barrel shotgun sitting at the bottom. Let's talk a little bit about this with the man who is the owner of said account, Sean McMullen. Good day to you, Sean. How are you?
I'm good, Sheldon. How are you?
Very well, sir. You're a photographer. Are you an amateur diver by the sounds of things? Tell me.
I am. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this. I was going to
Yeah.
say, I've noticed. Sorry to interrupt you there, but initially when I saw the posting on Facebook, I thought that you were magnet fishing.
Oh,
but totally not. Tell me why you were in that area on the weekend.
yeah. So I was out kayaking with my brother Saturday, my brother Matthew, and we were just going on an adventure to I wanted to go check out and snorkel around what was behind the inn on the lake in Fall River. It's pretty close to my house where I live with my family. And we snorkeled around for a bit. I found like some garbage and trash. I usually take stuff out with me and film everything that I take out. And then when we were on the way back to my house, we went underneath the overpass that connects Lake Fletcher to Lake Thomas over the causeway. A lot of people know it very well. And Matt decided to get out for a swim, and I'd kind of been finished by this point of the day, and I thought my GoPro was dead, and I was like, I still had it on my mask, so I decided, he's swimming, I'll just take a look around, and my GoPro actually had about 9% left, so I was like, okay. So I turned it back on, no idea what to expect, dove down, as you can see in the video, and there's a gun, and I was shocked. I had never found a gun in the whole year and a bit that I've been doing this thing, and I was nervous about it because it was pretty rusty, and I didn't have my gloves on, but I picked it up and took it home, and I tried calling the non-emergency line when I got home, but they weren't open till Monday until I learned you could actually call dispatch, which I've now learned. But I called and spoke with an officer Monday morning, and the dispatch sent out an awesome RCMP officer, super kind guy named Brendan. He came out, he took a look at the gun, he took all my information, and they sent it away to Ottawa for forensics to check to see if it was involved in something potentially nefarious. And that's kind of how it came to be. I waited on posting it online until I spoke with the RCMP first, because I thought it'd be more appropriate to do that, because it is a firearm, even if it's super old and can't be used. I just figured that was the best way to go about it and do my due diligence first. So
Sean, you described where you found it, and one might just jump to a few conclusions, and I'm sure you did, about where you found it and why it would be significant and why it might be, not out of the realm of possibilities to think it might have been used or disposed of in that way.
Right. Yeah, it looked sawed off to me. I don't know much about guns. Honestly, guns make me a bit nervous, but my wife, I showed to my wife, Ruth, who's big into true crime, and she's been listening to a lot of it over the last year during the pandemic. And so we talked about it for a bit and theorized. I sent it to a couple friends who are, I know some friends in the HRP, and kind of got their opinion on it. And then I eventually called the RCMP. But yeah, it was, who knows what it was used for. Some people online have suggested it was used to shoot fish or ducks a long time ago. Again, I'm not familiar with guns. I don't own one. I've never fired one. So this all been a new experience for me.
When the RCMP officer took it into their possession and said, we're going to send it off to the lab,
Yep.
You said they were very helpful, very encouraging. In fact, tell me a little bit about, you were worried maybe about compromising some of the evidence, as you mentioned to me, that you didn't have your gloves on. So what was that?
Yeah, I didn't have my gloves on. I had taken them off at that point of the day because it was pretty warm, and I didn't expect to find a gun. But the officer assured me right away. He was like, it's been underwater, Sean, for so long, and it's completely rusted that there'd be no trace of fingerprints. on this at all anymore. So he wasn't concerned in the slightest, and he spoke with his fellow officers at the RCMP, and they all assured him, yeah, there'd be no issue if I touched it with my hands. So, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to come back on you somehow. They go, "Hey, look, we found Sean McMullen's fingerprints all over it." Just kidding. But what happens with it now? It's not in your possession.
Not in my possession. No, it's been sent off to Ottawa to their forensics lab, and I'm going to hear back hopefully in a few months. He said he'd follow up with me and let me know what the outcome of this is. So who knows? I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. And once I get some information, some concrete evidence either way, I'm going to be sharing it online with everyone who's been following along, because it seems to have drummed up a lot of interest. It's my most viewed YouTube video I've ever done in like the last year. 7,000 views overnight. I was not expecting that. And I don't really do it for the views or anything, but I just like to share what I find. So
it's a fascinating story. Do you know if I know sometimes when people find things and the rightful owner is not located, this is a little different than that, but
yep.
You don't expect that you'll ever see that again?
I don't know. He did ask if I wanted it back, and I said, I mean, sure, if it's not going to, if you're just not much left of the gun. As you can see, it's been completely rusted out. You can't even move some of the parts anymore on it. The wood handle that looks like it would have been on is long rotted away. So it could be a cool souvenir to kind of put in my garage with some of my other finds.
And I assume you're going to keep on diving, and you're going to keep on videoing.
I am, yeah. I've been doing this for the last year during the pandemic, and I look for items in the oceans and lakes, and I clean up trash and take everything with me, because I just think it's my responsibility to do that, and we owe it to the planet to take care of it.
And as I've learned over the years, Saltwater Sean, smash that subscribe button and like it, and little bell, ding that too, so you'll be notified for any other updates.
Thanks, Sheldon. I appreciate that.
All right. This is, again, it's a fascinating story. And thanks for sharing the adventure with us.
Oh, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.